now I'm coming to the second part of the story. And when half an hour had been spent in tying up his finger, and a new glass had been got, and the tools and the ladder and the chair and the candle had been brought, he would have another go. The whole family, including the girl and the charwoman, standing round in a semicircle ready to help. So in this search, what happened? Half an hour would have been spent, and he would be spent half an hour in tying his finger. And then a new glass was got, and the tools and the ladder and the chair and the candle, all everything had been brought. He would have another go, means he would have another start. The whole family, including the girl and the charwoman. So the whole family was there with him, and including the charwoman, the lady was also there, standing round in a semicircle and ready to help. So they were standing in a semicircle and he was ready to help. Two people would have to hold the chair, and a third would help him upon it. So two people would hold the chair, then the third would help him to stand on it and hold him there. Means third was helping him to stand on it, and the third would help him to stand on it and hold him there, and the fourth would hand him a nail, and the fifth would pass him up the hammer, and the fourth would hand him over the nails, and then the fifth would pass him the hammer, and he would take hold of the nail and drop it. So what would happen? He would take the hold of the nail and he would drop the nail. Then he would say in an injured tone. So then he would say in an injured tone, means in a very in a very injured tone, means at that time he felt a little bit guilty, because already so much chaos had been taking place due to the loss of the coat and this tying of handkerchief. Much time had been spent, means he was engaging everyone. At that time when everything was ready, he was about to put the nail inside the wall. What happened? He would drop the nail. There he would say in an injured tone, now the nail is gone. Now he would in injured tone, means he felt a little guilty that again he had created another trouble, means he had dropped the nail. That's why he said that the nail was gone. Now what happened? And we would all have to go down on our knees and grovel for it. So, and they would go all round their knees, and they were searching for the searching for the nail now. And he would stand on his chair and grunt, and he would be standing on his chair and he would be grunting, and want to know if he was to be kept there all the evening, and he wanted to know whether he would stand there all the evening or not. The nail would be found at last, and by that time he would have lost the hammer. So the nail was found at last, but by that time he had lost his hammer. Where's the hammer? What did I do with the hammer? Great heavens, 7 of you gaping round there, and you don't know what I did with the hammer. So where's the hammer? He was shouting loudly that where he had kept the hammer. The nail was found. In the meantime, he had lost the hammer, because he did not know where he had kept it. And at that time, everyone was searching for the nail, so they did not notice where he had kept the hammer. Now he said that he had lost the hammer. Now again he started blaming others. Where's the hammer? What did I do with the hammer? Now what had he done with the hammer? Who would know? It was his responsibility, but he was blaming others. Great heavens, 7 of you gaping down there, and you don't know what I did with the hammer. So he blamed everyone and said that 7 of them were searching for the nail, but they did not know, or they had not known where he had kept the hammer. We would find the hammer for him, and then he would have lost the sight of the mark he had made on the wall, where the nail was to go in, and each of us had to get upon the chair beside him and see if we could find it. So they would find the hammer for him, and then what happened? This man, he would have lost the sight of the mark. He would have lost the sight of the mark which he had made on the hole, which he had made on the wall, and where the nail was to go in. And each of us and each of them had to get upon the chair, and they would stand beside him, and from that little chair they would be searching for the mark which was made for the hole to which was made for the nail to be inserted, and on which the hole was to be made. And we would each discover it in a different place. Naturally they could not understand, because the proper mark had not been made. So each of them, they had to find the hole. So somehow they were managing to spot it, and they found it in, all of them found it in a different place. And then again what would happen? All he would take means it is in different place, and he would call all of us fools one after the other and tell us to get down. Now everyone was called fool by Uncle Poders, and he ordered them to get down. And he would take the rule and remeasure and find that he wanted half 31 and 3/8 inches from the corner, and he would try to do it in his head and go mad. So after that he would take the rulers, remeasures, and then he wanted what? Half 3/8, and it's a peculiar measurement which he found out. What? That he wanted half of 31 and 3/8 inches. So it was quite difficult for even a mathematician to do it perfectly. So he had found out the typical measurement, peculiar measurement, and he was calculating and would try to do it in his head and go mad. So he was calculating in his head. As a result, what happened? He could not calculate it and he would be going mad. And we would all try to do it in our heads. Everyone tried to do it in their heads, but all of them arrived at the different results and sneered at one another. So all of them arrived at the different results and they just blamed each other. And in the general row, the original number would be forgotten. So what were they calculating about? The original number means the calculations only, they could remember the results, but with what number they had started the calculations, slowly they had forgotten that. And Uncle Podger would have to measure it again. So Uncle Podger would measure it again. He would use a bit of string this time, and at the critical moment when the old fool was leaning over the chair at an angle of 45 and trying to reach a point 3 inches beyond what was possible for him to reach, the string would slip and down he would slide onto the piano, a real fine musical effect being produced by the suddenness with which his head and body struck all the notes at the same time. So what happened now? This critical measurement was done. He would take a string, he would stand on the chair, then from the chair he would lean at an angle of 45 degree, and 45 degree another 3 inches more. As a result, what happened? Total 48 inches, 48 degree he would be leaning from the chair. So it was rather difficult for him to do that, and it was rather impossible for him to reach that point from a chair without fixing the chair in the proper place. He had fixed the chair at one point, and from that chair he was leaning towards the wall. Now what happened? As a matter of fact, he would he would slide onto the piano. So what was possible to reach? The string, he could not reach the proper point, and he would slip his string. The string would slip and he would fall on the piano. Really fine when his body fell on the piano, all the notes or all the keys of the piano were struck at the same time, and the piano produced a very peculiar musical effect as his whole body had fallen on the piano. It was quite difficult for him to reach from the chair to the 48 degree beyond, and it was quite impossible for him to reach, but he was trying to do that and he had fallen on the piano in his attempt.